All right, squad, I'm fired up. There's only one metric in business that actually matters, right? There's so many you could get confused and lost in the weeds. And I've learned this over the years building a business with my two brothers, which we exited for 180 million, right? I only say that to tell you that we have been from the bottom all the way to the top and we have tracked many a metric along the way. And if you're not optimizing for this, you're not gonna make it. Let's get straight into it. So while building our business, there were plenty of metrics we used to track, right? We would come and find all the ones and thought they were going to be super useful. Revenue, profit, expenses, payroll, leave balances, blah, 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 all the nonsense, right?
Must be metric.
But now looking back, there's actually only one metric that really mattered in the end. And it's extremely clear to me while building ClipFlow, right? All right, before I continue with this video, let me know in the comments, what are the metrics that you track in your business to make sure that you're optimizing for the right things? Drop them below. Let me check them out. See how they compare to mine. Let's go. The first piece of the puzzle that we want to talk about here today is money, right? This is an obvious one. Money is what keeps the lights on, okay?
Money is money. It makes the world go round.
So this is super obvious. I mean, do we need to say more? Really? It's the most obvious one, and having enough money to survive. So we need cash, and really this is cash flow to survive. My dad always told me cash flow is king. This is so good, the boys. We need money coming in. Money makes the wheels or keeps the wheels spinning, and there's an unlimited way for us to actually spend money. But we're talking about keeping the lights on, so like talking about paying salaries, the multitude of SaaS platforms that you use every single day, you know, we're all culprits of this. Keep adding to the business, going to make the business more efficient, and anything else you need to actually keep the business running. And the question that you need to ask yourself is, how long do we have left?
How long do we have?
This is the question that you need to ask yourself, is how long can we keep this thing running? So currently at ClipFlow, we know that we have 12 months, and in the tech startup world, this is generally referred to as runway, right? And what does that mean? Well, it means we have 12 months left at our current burn rate, which is how much cash you're spending until you run out of cash. And then guess what? It's game over, right? So having a runway means we can stay in the game, right? So the longer we make this means the longer we can actually stay in here, right? And it kind of goes against how VCs and investors think, right? They usually just say, just pour in as much cash and then get more. And you've seen so many businesses like this, right? But if you want to build a business that's actually working, you need to be thinking about this, right? It creates a lot of stress and anxiety in my brain, that's for damn sure.
It is stressing me out.
And if you're busy taking away the profit, right? So if your business is making profit and you're taking it off the table, right? You're taking it out of the business and you're not putting it back in, you're removing runway. Possibly you're choking your business out so that you can live it or spend it elsewhere, which I advise highly against because it's not the best way to actually use the money, especially if you're in Australia. You're going to get taxed heavily on that, whereas when you sell an asset, you get taxed way less. So keep it in the business. And if you're not in the game, so if you run out of cash, it's game over. It's as simple as that. And it's only a matter of time, okay? So keep that in mind with cash. Cash is one of the pillars there that we really want to think about, all right? The next piece, right? So straight after that is this piece here. Super important. It's this motivation. It's the drive to continue. Things are going to get really hard, right?
Things are going to get bloody, brother.
Things are going to get really, really difficult when you're building a business, and everyone else is going to eventually give up. Everyone, and like when I say everyone, I mean like 99.999% of people are going to give up. You need to keep this in the back of your mind, right? Keep this in your back pocket because this is a very good source of fuel. So being able to rock up every single day, and we're working up a hill, right? A mountain that actually starts getting steeper and steeper. And then on the other side, there's a down. And this is you down here with your big boulder, and you're just trying to push this freaking thing up the hill. And every day you walk in and then you push it in, you put a little wedge there and you're like, cool, that's where I'm up to, right? And if you can just keep rocking up and slowly pushing that boulder up that hill, you're going to be doing a lot of work that a lot of people are not going to be doing.
Now you just keep doing your thing.
And I think the key thing is being able to show up and just do something. If you can just come and do something. Some days you feel flat. It's not your day. You're not going to here to kill it. And if you can just like inch forward, what is it that you can just do to just like inch it forward? You're going to be winning, right? In the long run. Most people are going to look for something else more exciting. Most people don't focus or can't focus because what they see is the next shiny thing. What's the next cool business? The next business that looks super easy to hit. It's the next trend. It's AI. I can build a freaking social scheduling app instead of what I'm doing now. Like the boys on X and Twitter are killing it. I can go and do that. I'm going to lose focus. I need a new business. I need a new thing. Let those people do that. You keep doing your thing as long as you know that it's the right thing. You know what? Just being in the same thing means you're going to figure out. I'm going to tell you the secrets. I'm going to spoil the secrets. I'm not going to tell you right now. You are going to see people trying to chase the next opportunity that's better. They think it's a better thing. And the nice thing for you is that these people never become the expert because they're not in the game long enough.
Long enough to finish the game?
They don't learn the things, they don't learn the intricacies. The longer you play the same game, the more you know about it, right? In our last business, we had over 10 years in a single industry, far more than that, because I actually started when I was 18 years old. And I think I exited, oh man, I'm dating myself here. 2022, we exited, that was 3 years ago. I was 35. Man, I spent 17 years. Well, this is a friggin' nice one there for me to learn right on the spot. 17 years in the same industry. It was real estate marketing. I spent 17 years in that industry. I know that industry from the bottom to the top, back to front. I know exactly. But what does that do? It helps you become an expert. It means you know the stuff. When you talk to someone, you know exactly what to say. You know the problems they face day to day. You know how to solve those problems, and you just become an expert, right? We achieved this. We could explain everything from bottom to top. That's what we did. That's what you get from spending 17 years doing the same damn thing. It's not that exciting. Real estate marketing wasn't a passion of mine, I can tell you that, but it was something that gave us a massive, massive advantage, right?
I've been in this game a long time.
So that is something you want to play for. Find your industry. It could be boring. The more boring, the better. You just become an expert in that industry and you just freaking use that as your strategy, right? So we knew that one strategy would allow us to beat out all the competitors that came along and that we would just keep going in that one place and not give up, right? Because we wanted to become the expert. We had a lot of companies come up against us in this time, right? It wasn't like we had no competition. Our biggest competitor was 20 plus years old. They, and funnily enough, in the same suburb as us, which is crazy. And ultimately, we kept going and we knew that we could just outlive them, right? We would win if we outlived them. And we knew one thing that we had as advantage is we were younger than them. They were like in their 50s. We were enough. I was in my 30s. I was like, bro, I got time. I can play this game for as long as I'm. You're going to give up before me. Like, you're not going to be 70 competing against me when I'm 50. So I knew that I could play the game longer. And I knew even just that, we would win. Right? Use that. If you're young, man, you got so much time. And then if you're older, you got wisdom to play the game in a very strategic way. So use that as your advantage and just be in the industry for a long, long time. And like I said, we had other competitors that came up during the time. They were trying to be the new one. They were trying to reproduce what we had done, but they were missing a few things, right? And that was the grit to stay in there, even though things looked like they weren't working. So we had a lot of this stuff come up and it was great to just sit, dig in deep, keep working hard, and they just faded away.
Hard work, recovery every day.
We laugh about this today because it created so much stress. At the time, I'm not going to lie, created stress, but they're gone. They disappeared, and guess what? We won. So who cares? That is the key thing. Cash and motivation. Those two things. And what is the metric that matters? Just so we can tie this all thing in a nice little pretty bow for us. The metric is time in the game. That is the metric that matters. The time you can spend in the game. How many years is that? That metric matters. That is the thing that's going to change your outcome, right? That is going to be the thing. And what does that do? It means you become the authority because you spent the most time. And if you can keep leveraging that and not get complacent like our competitor did, you can actually win, right? Track your cash flow so that you can optimize for time in the game. That's the metric we care about, right? Give us as long as runway as physically possible. This is what I keep pushing in our business right now. I can't draw infinity. That's not infinity runway. So it's like, ooh, there we go. Infinity runway. That's what we want, right? If we can have infinity runway, then we can play the game for as long as required. There is no exit in sight, right? You got the money to play and you got the motivation to keep showing up every single day. You have those two things. So I lied. There's actually two things to keep considered, but there's only one metric to track. So that is the thing. And ultimately, the person who stays in the game the longest is the winner. Job done. That's it. That's how it works. Everyone else is going to fall to the wayside and you're going to reap all the rewards and be the king of the castle. I guess that's what we want to do in business, right? So if you like that video, like and subscribe. We are releasing heaps of content about business and growing the business. And we're also obviously the stuff that we're learning as we build ClipFlow. It's this round 2. We're trying to see if we can make lightning strike twice. See if it wasn't all luck, right? Thank you very much. And we will catch you on the next one.